Welcome to my office. So I'm going to conclude this series with some pictures of the objects that were produced. Unfortunately, there were a number of problems, some of them that were quite mysterious. The roll-up was successful. The roll-up was cold worked and looked really nice, and then it was vacuum sleeved. I didn't show the vacuum sleeving operation, but the sleeving came out beautiful. And here's a not great photograph, but here's a photograph showing the sleeving. The sleeving was melted in extremely well. The piece was blown out and condensed, and everything looked like it was going to be just great. And then I gave it to a couple of glass workers I work with to make things out of, and problems erupted, and I do mean erupted. Little bubbles turned into giant bubbles, turned into a forest of bubbles, turned into an abundance of bubbles between the color and the sleeve. Now this is a bit of a mystery to me because during the sleeving process there were no bubbles. The piece was heated very hot, melted in very thoroughly, then annealed with a proper annealing cycle, and yet when we attempted to make something out of them, they bubbled. So it's a mystery, one of many. Of course, if anybody out there in YouTube land knows the answer, I'd be only too happy to hear the answer or read the answer. But I've reviewed with some very, very expert glassworkers, my teachers and collaborators, and just couldn't figure it out. I did manage to create a couple of flat pieces just to have a kind of a memory of what the pattern looked like. They're not my best pieces, and they probably won't go into sculptures, but it gives an idea what the pattern looks like when it's put together. And I think the overall philosophy of how the pattern was made is probably valid, and I'll probably continue along this line making more patterns like this and see if I can figure out what the curse of the bubbles is all about. So anyway, that's it. Short video. Bye-bye.